I have been saying this for over 3 years. It appears as an exponentially increasing possibility that JFK Jr. never died in that private plane crash, that he grew up spending his entire adult life planning revenge for the public murder of his beloved father, and had long ago found an ally in his good friend, who is now the duly elected President of the United States of America. It is an old adage that revenge is a dish best served cold. Well, November 22nd, 1963 is about as chilly as you can get. I remember that day as if it were last week. I recall what it felt like to hate with a boiling hatred I never felt before at the tender age of 13, for the patsy whom the media blamed for being the one who shot my president. Here's one of Q posts. Be ready. Mainstream media coming. Big way. We see all. We hear all. Fight, fight, fight. Conspiracy push coming. Mainstream media lost control. Dems lost slave grip. Dems lost center voters. Libs are minority. Mainstream media projects as big movement. Fake news. 4 to 6% lost forever. Hello, George. Q. Anyone with an ounce of gray matter knows that Lee Oswald has nothing to do with the JFK murder. The Vietnam War was not started by any attack in the Gulf of Tonkin. Tim McVeigh didn't blow up the Murrah building. Osama bin Laden didn't orchestrate 9/11 from a cave in Afghanistan, and there were no planes involved. Benghazi was a cover-up for a botched weapon trafficking operation. Afghanistan is a CIA drug and human trafficking operation. Seth Rich gave WikiLeaks the Podesta emails on a thumb drive right out of the DNC skiff, and New York Police Department and FBI have the Frazzle Drip video. Obama orchestrated Operation Crossfire Hurricane and is presently running a shadow government in an ongoing interminable litany of treasonous crimes worthy of the death penalty. We know that the entire U.S. government is corrupt and compromised, and many are involved in satanic ritual sacrifice of children, child trafficking, and crimes against humanity. We know that China sent 25 tons of fentanyl destined for U.S. water supplies to kill us all. We know that China dispersed the Kung Flu, which was engineered in Fort Detrick and smuggled to the Wuhan biolab. We know the bioweapon failed, and the lockdowns are a complete hoax. We know that the nexus point for all the evil shit that has been going on since biblical times, that has been exposed by real investigative journalists on social media, is the 13 families of the Illuminati that most people never heard of and are too brainwashed and conditioned by the legacy media who have been blowing smoke up the public asshole for over 100 years. We know that the Nazis were not defeated in the 2 world wars. They merely moved here to the United States under Operation Paperclip. And the Nazi Socialist Party now controls the demon rats who have committed acts of treason against this country, aided and abetting the enemies of freedom, and continue to call this constitutional republic a democracy, which it is not, and was never intended to be. And the citizens, who are little less than sheep, never call them out on it, just like nobody, except me it seems, ever mentions the fact that Obama was never a legitimate president because he was born in Kenya and forged a birth certificate to fake his birth in Hawaii. Nobody in the legacy media will touch those empirical facts because they think they can keep America and the world asleep and under their spell of continuous bullshit forever. But we on these platforms cannot and will not be silenced. Our videos on our channels are taken down, and our subscribers seek us out. Our content tells the truth, but they cannot afford the truth to be spoken. They will be tried for treason, or they will be dragged out of their offices and hung from lampposts, and they all know it. They have no other option but to play the same losing hand and continue repeating the lies and fabricating more bullshit and more distractions and more foxtrots like this Kung Flu bullshit, so that we become focused on fake fears of fake threats, becoming too busy worrying about being sneezed on while the weapons of genocide are aimed at the entire human race, as they sacrifice children to Molech and put aborted fetuses in the Soylent Green plant-based burgers. Can anybody say for certain what fucking plants they are using to make this shit? No. Has anyone dared to even ask the question? No. Well, we already know what's in that shit. Planned Parenthood is just down the road from most of these impossible meat factories. What a coinkydink. You draw your own conclusions. However, we are so fortunate to have a bunch of fact-checkers like Snopes and Twitter that pick the fly shit out of pepper for us, so we, the Walmart shopping deplorables, don't have to expend the mental energy we devote to mindless bullshit. And the good news after all of this is that the pile of shit has been heaped so high it is now collapsing under its own weight. The president has felt the sting of the Twitter fact-checkers as they posted a link to bullshit about mail-in votes under his factual post on the subject. The globalist assholes have opened up a Pandora's box, putting themselves squarely in the role of publisher instead of platform. This opens them and other social media sites up to horrendous class action lawsuits, which will finally put ownership of these tech giants firmly into the hands of the content creators who made them possible to begin with. Certainly, we have accumulated enough evidence, and you can see the basis for those lawsuits in the videos I have linked in the description. Remember, when they violate my right to speak, they also violate your God-given right to listen. And we know Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. This is Dave from Net4Truth USA, Inglorious Patriots. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your calls of encouragement. And most of all, thank you for your support. Please subscribe to our backup channels. Net4Truth USA 2 Patriot channel, BitChute.com/net4Truth USA, and drop.space/@Net4Truth USA. We fly so close to the target, we are on our 5th fighter jet. We will be relentless and persistent until the enemies of freedom are defeated. You can support this channel by using the links in the description, but for a $100 donation, I will personally send you a autographed hardcover special edition copy of Land of Childhood's Fears. Also, visit my bookstore at lulu.com/Net4Truth USA. If you are viewing this video on BitChute, you can use the links in the description to support us, or simply click the green $ dot on our video to support this channel. Thank you. Links are in the description section.